Yeah, so hi guys, welcome to FMS Capital. Welcome to another brand new week, in the second week of the month. And the date for recording this video journal is on 11th February 2025. And yeah, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Get to learn how I trade, how I build sentiments, and yeah. So for today, I'm looking for GBPUSD buys. And tomorrow we have CPI, so I'm thinking a lot of activity may happen by tomorrow, CPI. But nevertheless, because it's a short-term play, I'm looking at buys. But before that, we'll look at COT. And with COT, as usual, still the same. If you have been looking at my other channels, my other videos, go check them out. So at the upper line, the green line, these are non-commercials. The middle line are non-commercial, but specifically asset managers. And these other people are retailers now, us. So I like looking at all these three people and just to get their sentiments and more information about them. So I use this and then I use technicals for market timing, because I always repeat, fundamentals doesn't give you the right time to buy or sell, but it just gives you an long-term or future perspective of where you think currency might be going. And that's all for it. So we'll start with asset managers. So currently, these guys set trends. So if you look here around November, so around mid there, so this was around October, there is a pretty much straight line of buying. So they are the ones who increased their net longs. And technically, if you go to your chart on the dollar, you'll find that it's very easy to see that the dollar was in a big buy at that particular time. So if you look, so around here, so they've been pretty much the ones who have been setting that trend, the upside. So these guys are trend setters for the most part. So currently their biggest buys are around here. So they kept on increasing their net longs, net longs, net longs. So eventually, I think somewhere around January is when they started switching to net shorts. So they've kept increasing their net shorts for the most part. And last week they increased, but a little bit of it. And so this is giving me kind of a sentiment that eventually dollar is going to tumble. It's gonna get weak. And despite yet the non-commercials overall index being up, so what I'm thinking is eventually also other participants in the non-commercial will start to set in. And I won't be surprised if CPI will be the major factor for us to see probably some net shorts now switching to net shorts possibility. But for the most part, asset managers are already net shorts on it. So I believe there's a big kind of setting trend that is happening on dollar weakness. So we might actually, that's why I'm looking for kind of sells on here to target this sell side. Maybe eventually, I'm not sure if it'll get here, but this area is a bigger area for demand. But we'll go to the charts on technicals on TradingView so that we can see it more clearly. But generally, that is it. For retailers, same thing. I like to look at retailer sentiment. And for the most part, retailers are very wrong. And I like looking back maybe 3 to 4 months before, just to see how net or extremely how they are. So for example, if I look at right now, most retailers are very extremely long on dollar. So I always associate it that eventually smart money will come and change the view of it. Because they are always the reason why you like looking at these guys is because they are always late to know when the reversal is coming. And once it establishes, now they try to be smarter. And that's why for the most part, if you see, so around here, this was when. So these are non-asset managers. So if, let's say, if we do a kind of a line around there, and forget about what has happened prior here. So focus on this other side. So you'll understand that by the time these guys were switching up, for the most part, kind of everybody was so short. The retailers were very, very short on it. So it had a tendency for now commercials to come in. And I think this is what set the trend. Before now, the retailers also tried to continue with it. So what I'm thinking now is probably now, because they are at extremes, kind of the reversal has been forming. But nevertheless, we'll go to the chart and look at what I'm looking for, because I'm looking for GU buys. And actually, they are panning out. So it's just a short-term play. And first, we'll start with DXY. So this is DXY, the monthly. Dollar index, for those who do not know DXY, what it means. So currently I have this PDRA. This is a CB, sell side imbalance, balance inefficiency. So this is kind of a high probability trade that I'm thinking could spiral back to us feeling this BC right here as a draw on a monthly basis. And if you drop to a daily time frame, sorry, a weekly, first let's go to weekly. So ignore this buy side. This buy side is on a daily area. So on the weekly, nothing much. After tapping this beast kind of, yeah. So on the weekly, we still have a PD array that I have. So this is a inversion, the value gap. So I'm using between here and here. So we had this clean break. So the tapping on this is kind of indicating to me that and now combining the sentiments on asset managers. So this is kind of giving me something of a point of probably this is a reversal. And so what I'm expecting is probably this sell side to be taken eventually. Even if as much as price made probably CPI because of seasonality and the fact that dollar for the most part is strong around Q1. So let me show you the seasonality chart. So it's kind of, so this is the seasonality chart. It for the most part, it doesn't have to play the way it is every season. But you can see for the most part between January and March, a lot of dollar buys on it. So I won't be surprised if yet still we attack this area and come back. But I'm expecting around Q2, we'll generally have a lot of dollar weakness could be panning out. But I won't be surprised still if, yeah, I won't be surprised if it hits here. But I think my main target will be this. And the other option is us to stay in this consolidation for the most part. But that's what I'm looking for. But nevertheless, because of asset managers, yes, so I'm trying to trade with them And so I'm looking for any premium area for me to see dollar weakness. So that I wanted to show you that. So we'll drop to the lower time frame so you guys can see. So I'll drop to the daily. So the daily I have some PDRAs. I like daily because I can frame my short-term plays very well. So we'll zoom and you look at what I have. So currently I have this buy side that I talked about, I think last week. So go check my videos. We were anticipating a fill, and at that point I was still anticipating probably we'll hit this sell side eventually, and which we did. But we had some great buys at the end of the week, which I participated also. But now currently, I have a PDRA here. So I have a CB. I'm looking at the high and the low of this. And so I'm using this as my premium for dollar weakness. I'm not sure if CPI will be the mover to hit here. But what I'm thinking is we might at least get to 50% of Friday's range to now what we have established today. That's the short-term play I'm trying to look for. And this is a very good PDRA to use. Remember, any premium that you see, you short with it. And that's why I'm looking for GU sells. GU buys, GBPUSD buys. Yeah, so if you drop to a lower time frame, so this, let's see on our 4-hour. So we can zoom and look. So currently on the 4-hour, as usual, so we have this new buy side. This is a buy side on the 4-hour marked. And the great thing about this could be now a liquidity sweep that happened, then candle came and closed again inside. So what I'm thinking is our first target will be here. That's the first target I'm looking for as our sell side. And at least we come and fill Friday's range. Sorry about that. So something like because of CPI, as much as we have CPI, what I'm looking for at least is this target to be taken out. And if we break, then this means probably CPI, we might target these lows eventually. Because CPI is a mover. So remember NFP, CPI kind of set the high of the low of the month. They are really, really great movers. So nevertheless, if we return to premium areas, so this will be premium areas. So here I have a volume imbalance. So I have the high and the low, and 50% encroachment is around, I think, the dotted area. So even if we get to these premium areas, I'll still consider shorts. Remember, I'm shorting on any premium area of it. And yeah, so we'll go to GU. So because now I'm looking for GU buys. But first we'll go to the monthly. So on the monthly, I have a PDRA. This is the a weekly sell side actually. No, actually it's supposed to be a monthly sell side. So yeah, so this has to change to monthly instead of the W. So currently, as you see, after reading this liquidity area and closing still above. So what I'm waiting for is this month's candle to close. So I do believe if kind of we close inside, then this will be a very great reversal or a turtle soup. The same case as what happened here around this area. So we raided it, then this candle came and closed inside. So this could be a kind of a great indication of a turtle soup coming. And for that most part, if I'm looking for a range to cover, so I'm thinking of something to cover 50% of that range. So kind of we get to this area. You can go check out my other GBPUSD videos on the long-term basis and what I'm trying to look at. But that's what I'm looking for on the long-term aspect of 2025, at least to get to there, somewhere there. And so we'll drop to a lower time frame. So we'll go to the weekly. So the weekly I have a PDRA. If you are a vivid follower of what I look at GU and my plays, I remember us discussing about the buyers that are coming here. I remember us discussing the sales that participated, as I think the previous 2 weeks ago, if I'm not wrong. And now, currently now, we are in this inversion fair value gap on the weekly. So this is a kind of a high probability setup. There is a lot of confluence of high probability setups. So currently also, if for those who are trying to mark, will note there's a BC right here, if they want to use it, but I haven't marked it, just with some dots so you can identify the BC that is there. But this is a very high probability setup. So what I'm thinking for is price could eventually target this buy side for the most part. I'm not, CPI could do so. That's why I'm looking for buys on it. Yeah, so we'll go to the daily. So daily, so the daily we have an additional PDRA. So we'll zoom and for you to look at it. So currently the daily we have this sell side that we have attacked today. And actually I was waiting for us to attack that sell side so I can get good confluence, especially because yesterday I was looking for EU sells and GU sells for us to get this sell side. So now currently we are at it, and what I'm thinking by the end of today, if we close around this area, then I do believe CPI will be the pusher. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to target 50% of this range as my short-term play. So probably get to somewhere here, and it will just be a good setup. I like doing short-term trading, and because I have the ability to understand when maybe a short-term retrace is coming, or when the next buyers are coming. And it's actually out of experience that you're able to do that, and your entry techniques. And I think that is when you upgrade to trading with no bias. You could actually just see a PDRA and understand probably up to there and all that. But nevertheless, that's what I'm trying to see. If we drop to our daily time frame, sorry, our 4-hour. Sorry about that. So our 4-hour, same thing. 4-hour gave a very good indication, good, very, very, very good confirmation with this candle. Very good one. So what I'm thinking here is actually bigger targets to this area might still protrude way up. But for the most part, I'm thinking this could be the low of the week for us to build that sentiment for bullish. And I won't be surprised if by February, as much as of seasonality, I won't be surprised by February if we attack this high at the end of February, or get closer to these areas. maybe. That's what I'm thinking. And if we drop to a lower time frame, so we'll drop to the 1 hour. Nothing much. If you drop to a lower time frame, we also are keen on a lower time frame. You'll note there was a BC right there, which tapped in and was a maneuver on it. But nevertheless, because tomorrow is CPI, there could be a lot of consolidation for today. Probably a lot of consolidation for today will be a possibility, so that maybe now we have the mover on CPI news. That's what I'm trying to see. So it can be a play for, let's say, maximum 3 days for us to get to that target. And I think that's for all. And wish you guys a happy new week and a peaceful week.